Hello, everyone. This is Raymond Burchard, and this is my progress report presentation number 2 for climate control for a plant cabinet project. In this presentation, I'll go over a summary of the progress I've made since the last presentation, a quick overview of my final design, an updated list of components and my budget. I'll talk about the standards and restraints of the project, show the working prototype of the system, as well as talk about my testing results. I'll discuss the obstacles and concerns for my project and show an updated timetable and discuss my conclusions for the project. In the last couple of weeks, I've received the last components I need and have been able to finalize the design of my humidity system. I've found an enclosure for the entire system, and I made the decision to remove the logic system from my project. I decided to remove it because it was more cost and time effective to get an enclosure with a clear front that would allow me to see the LEDs as they're mounted on the circuits. The 3 remaining subsystems have all been prototyped and tested. I didn't have to change anything with the design since the last report. The only change I've had to make is removing the logic system. Here's my updated list of components. The only change is the addition of a 120 volt to 12 volt power supply. I was able to find one that I can mount to the outside of my enclosure. And my budget for this project was $200, and so far I'm still well under that budget. I haven't added the cost of the enclosure yet. I'm using one that I have from work, and I'm working on getting a cost for that enclosure. I don't think it's going to be more than the amount that it would take to put me over budget, so I still think I'm going to be good there. For my standards and constraints, I've been using the NFPA 70E safety standard, keeping it in mind while I'm going through my design and prototyping phases. The system's been designed with the moist environment of the inside of the plant cabinet in mind. I'll be using the enclosure outside of the plant cabinet and running all of my sensors into the cabinet. The components won't take up any measurable amount of space in the cabinet, and the wires for the soil moisture sensor will be placed in the plant that's right next to where the wires will enter the cabinet. Here's a picture of the final prototype of the circuits. My 3 systems are small enough to fit in the enclosure, and the LEDs will be visible. The 2 voltage transformers at the top of the picture will not need to be visible, and so I'm going to put them down in the bottom. I want to keep them attached and available because they'd be a really good troubleshooting tool if there's something wrong with one of the circuits. The temperature system on the right will be visible with a blue LED that indicates that the cabinet's gotten too cold. All of my components and systems have been tested and they're ready for installation. I'm really pleased with the way that they're working, and I'm really looking forward to getting them put into the cabinet. I've had a few obstacles recently. I've been working more overtime again, which makes it hard to work on the project. I did have to travel last weekend for work, and I can't take all of my equipment with me, so I wasn't able to make a whole lot of progress. Here's my timetable. As you can see, I'm only a little bit behind due to working and traveling, but I still should be able to finish on time. Overall, my project's still going really well. I'm pleased with the circuit design. All the systems are working and have been tested. And my next step is just to finish the installation and get the enclosure and probes onto the cabinet. Thank you.